Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second game between 1st.VN and Gameware in this best of 3, the finals of the GMPGL Vietnam. These are the GST qualifier. Normally the best two actually get to go to the main event. And 1st.VN, they just showed that they're the veterans out here. They were the best in Vietnam, and they want to show that they are still the best in Vietnam. Gameware, those guys, those newcomers, just making a show in Gosucup 5, but are they able to just take down the established first team in Vietnam, very well named 1st.VN? We are gonna see that in game number 2. And by the way, quick shout out to anyone who's here due to Shiver's schedule. And big shout out to Shiver as well. She's not only a wonderful caster that just tried on whatever the other may say about her, she's still casting all the matches that she can, and also she's not only that, you know, very good, very wonderful caster, but she's a very wonderful person. Her schedule was also what actually got me into casting for Dota Talk, so I will be ever grateful to her. And 1st.VN, they are gonna ban Nex and Nyx again. Gameware this time banning up the Batrider and the Wisp, not going for the Magnus ban. So they're gonna say, okay, so you got us with the Wisp. We don't want to face that again. We understand you're good with the Wisp. Okay, it's gonna be out of the game now. So good luck with the second game. And we're gonna pick Magnus, by the way, because, well, Magnus is here in 1st.VN, answering with the Shadow Demon Puck. So Puck, as you all know, a hero that many pro players consider as being something like I forgot how to say that, but underutilized. Yeah, basically they say the Puck is good and he's not very often picked. So well, 1st.VN is just gonna show us that they are not gonna be afraid, and they pick the Puck. Puck, we see him a lot more recently. He's very good, especially against Queen of Pain, due to the ability to phase shift away her spells. And he's a very annoying little bugger with the stun, with the mini stun, with the silence. And that goes very well as well for all the big AoE combos like the Magnus, because if you run away you get stunned, if you don't run away you get stunned by Magnus. So Puck is it's a very annoying bastard, and we are gonna see that little fairy dragon here. He was a bit cuter in Dota 1. That I must say, because, well, now he kind of looks like a big larva, but that's kind of what he is, a larva of a dream dragon or something, if I remember well. So Shadow Demon, also this very hot pick for the supports, and Keeper of the Light is going to be picked by Gameware again. Didn't really work out for them in the game number 1, but is that going to work out for them in game number 2? We'll have to see that. There will be no Wisp, and that will not force a CK pick by Gameware. I really feel like CK pick by Gameware was kind of forced to deny the CK to the other side. No, not even, because CK was picked in the end for Gameware. They picked him as position, like the first two picks were already done, and then they picked the CK, so they could have banned the CK in the second banning stage, but they didn't. They picked him instead, and Lone Druid is going to be the pick. So Lone Druid, of course, this very good offlaner that we almost always see. He's almost first pick worthy for some teams. They like to go for the Lone Druid. Very good as an offlaner, very good in late game as well, very good for pushing towers, very good all around. He's very annoying. So the bonus is that his untangler roots for the bear even goes through BKB. So it's just very annoying to play against, especially if you're playing against Admiral Bulldog, who has like a entangle on demand. So 1st.VN, they're gonna eat in their reserve time. Gameware actually off to almost 0 reserve time, so they really took their time for their picks. And by the way, we have a stand-in now for Gameware, so we do not have... who was the one leaving? I don't really remember, so maybe it was the one with a very hard name to pronounce. Oh no, it was Cold. Cold got replaced by Superhero. So Gameware, after losing game 1, they will not be able to get full roster for game number 2. Is that gonna hurt them? Is that gonna be the nail in the coffin? Weaver is gonna be the pick for 1st.VN. And Weaver, Puck, those two they are two of the most annoying hero to deal with because you just can't kill them. I mean, you can kill them if you lock them down. That's like if you have like chain stuns, or if you have someone like Beastmaster with that 4-second roar, it's very easy to just kill them. But if you only have slows or, you know, minimal stuns and disables, they're just gonna jump around all the time. Like, you don't kill him first, he's gonna use Time Lapse, then he's gonna use Sukuchi away, then you try to chase after him, he's gonna Sukuchi again, then Puck comes in with the Illusioner Orb, silence you, blinks away. It's just so much annoyance coming from 1st Vietnam. CK is the ban for 1st Vietnam, and the Visage from Gameware. So Gameware, they look very afraid of playing against the heroes 1st Vietnam showed in the first game. It looks almost that they are not banning heroes that fits the, you know, the lineup for 1st Vietnam. They're just going to say, fuck that, we don't want to Wisp, we don't want to Visage, we are afraid of that. And in some way, it is sometimes justified. You all remember 2nd International, Dandy, the Pudge from Dandy was not getting banned by anyone but Chinese teams, because Chinese teams play smart. They know that it's not gonna be the big Navi coming with a Naga AoE combo like everyone feared and like everyone banned the Naga Siren. Instead, it just go, you know what, Dandy with the Pudge, he's really scary. We don't want that. Banning off. So Gameware looks like they just do the same thing here, but is that gonna pay off? That's the question. So we see the Leshrac ban, of course, Shadow Demon Leshrac, one of the oldest combo in the book. Lina as well is gonna be off, and PL for 1st Vietnam is gonna get kicked from the game. CK, and they want to avoid having any good lineup with the Keeper of a Light, so they will ban the, whoa, the Clinks. That's interesting. Clinks wouldn't really, in my opinion, it wouldn't really have fit in that lineup. But it's a very risky hero to play against if you have Puck, Weaver, and Shadow Demon, because of the fact that, you know, those guys really, as I said, rely on spells and positioning and mobility. And Clinks is one of the best to just pick them off, because he just gets the Orchid very quickly and then pops out of invisibility, use the Orchid, and then bring down anyone such as Puck, Weaver, or Shadow Demon, because those guys are very squishy. They just survive because they're mobile, but if they don't have the spells, and Clinks just comes in with the fire arrows and the ultimate already up by eating another creep, they are just gonna melt down to this fire arrows, and also the, oh, what's the name again of the spell? Basically the first spell, the Q that increases attack speed by a lot. So Chen and Rubik are gonna be picked here. So again, it's gonna be Rubik, Keeper of the Light, and Anti-Mage is gonna be their last pick. So they really go for the old school Anti-Mage, Lone Druid, Magnus. It looks kind of like the G League right now. The one of the lineup that CTY in the, oh god damn it, I can't really forget that, VC Gaming, they like to go for Anti-Mage and relatively late game. So Lone Druid, Magnus. That's fairly standard, as I should say, for the lineup. Fairly late game oriented, and Keeper of Light can turtle pretty well. Rubik also doing some of this job, and for the pushing they have the Lone Druid, they have the Anti-Mage with the Battle Fury and the Manta Style, and they have the Magnus as well for the team fights. 1st Vietnam though, I'm not really sure they're gonna allow Gameware to get up to this 40-50 minute game, because just look at their lineup. Weaver, very aggressive early game, you know, carry, because he can carry, but he's also very good with early game items. If you get him like a Medallion Courage into a Desolator, he just deals so much damage, it's insane. The minus armor coming from the little weaves, and yeah, it looks like it. Look, Presence of the Dark Lord, minus armor. We have the we have all this so Swarm, minus armor. And probably going to be a Medallion of Courage, minus armor, maybe a Desolator, minus armor, Shadow Demon, Amplification, so with damage, with Soul Catcher. So, even the Anti-Mage, who is supposed to be, you know, very, very tanky against the spells and anything like this, and he's normally very hard to bring down in the late game, if you stack up the minus armor, he's just gonna melt down like instantly. We see that happen sometimes when he gets to play against a TA, but that's going to be the same thing when the Shadow Fiend and the Weaver is here. Now, are they going to be able to just make that work? That's the other question, because it's good, but you know, it's good to theory craft all we want to, but if the execution is not here, it's not gonna work here. So we're gonna have Misa on the Shadow Fiend, probably going to head in the middle lane, or a safe lane. That could be a safe lane Shadow Fiend. Misa last game, if I remember, was playing the Sven, and Secret was playing the solo mid wisp. So Secret probably gonna head middle. YYY is gonna be the Chen with R on the Shadow Demon, and Boss, he's gonna be on the off lane, very likely on this Weaver. So Weaver, if he goes against a Magnus, things should be pretty good for the Weaver. But if he goes against a trial lane, it's not gonna look that good. It's gonna be hard to just bring down the Weaver due to the fact that they only have one hard disable, and that's Rubik. But if Keeper of the Light alter his build and go for Mana Leak, that's gonna hurt the Weaver a lot, because Weaver, as I said, likes to just run around. And if you Mana Leak her and she uses Sukuchi and just runs away with like haste, she's gonna hurt her mana pool a lot, and she doesn't have a lot of mana right now. You see that 220 mana pool is barely top four Sukuchis. So Puck on the top lane right now. Well, it looks like Puck is gonna go on the top lane with Shadow Demon and Chen, and it's gonna be a middle lane Shadow Fiend instead. Or are they? No, they may be just scouting around. But they're not gonna find anything because the Spirit Bear is here, so they're not gonna risk, like Gameware, they're not gonna risk a level 1 fight since they have the Spirit Bear. Just gonna make sure that he sees everyone. On the bottom lane, already an Observer Ward placed down by the Dark Side. So Weaver will be able to see any movement coming from here. But, oh, here, yeah, to a limited extent, a bit of movement here as well, but since he didn't put the ward there, he won't be able to see that area. Though the ward here is it's a pretty obvious ward, so usually you don't want to place here because Keeper of Light is very likely. Yeah, you see that Sentry ward immediately. But since the Weaver didn't put the Observer ward there, they are unable to counter ward this. So it is going to be Shadow Fiend in the middle lane in the end. So Shadow Fiend going one-on-one against Magnus, and the top lane is going to be Puck. 1-on-1 against the Lone Druid, and bottom lane is going to be Trial Lane against those 4 Weaver. Weaver who's already taking a bit of damage here. They have another Sentry Ward if they want, so Weaver is going to have a very, very bad time. I'm wondering if Chen and Shadow Demon are just going to rotate on the bottom lane, because Weaver Trial Lane also a lot of damage potential. And Puck can just, you know, Puck is fairly okay on his own against the Lone Druid. Or not even fairly okay. He's just okay. That's it. He's okay with one-on-one. So middle lane now. Let's see. Blessed Denies. Obviously, NL is gonna have the early lead due to the Magnus having more attack damage and the Shockwave. But Shadow Demon, as long as he gets the souls, he will start rolling. And then once he has the souls, as you can see here, he's gonna start to out damage the Magnus, and he's gonna start to just basically. Maybe not get the total domination of the lane, because the Magnus will still be able to farm with the Shockwave. Shockwave doesn't cost a lot of mana and deals a lot of damage, so it's easy to last it with it. But he is not gonna. I mean, Shadow Fiend is not gonna be having a lot of trouble against this Magnus, except if he gets skewered into a Shockwave. Puck still flying around, and we see that Lone Druid is actually playing very carefully. He's still afraid, so he's gonna pull the creep wave away from behind the tower to his own tower. He doesn't know where the supports are, and he's right to be afraid because they just smoked up, and they may be looking for a kill. Though they won't be finding any on the top lane, they will be able to find the Magnus though. The Magnus, he has a skewer. He's gonna skewer away. No, he's not gonna skewer away yet because there's the net, and now he can skewer. He's gonna use it. Very well played to just wait until the last moment to skewer, because if he skewered there as a reaction, he would have skewered with the Shadow Demon, and that means the Shadow Demon would have been able to follow him. Shadow Demon with a DD, it's 110 damage per pop, and Magnus is, well, he wasn't that high in HP, so that could have been a kill. So very well played by Magnus, not panicking and just turning around and scurrying towards another side. But now Magnus, he's out of consumables. Is there a bottle? Oh yeah, he's using the bottle crow already, so that's fine. I was a bit concerned for Magnus. I was like, what? No bottle yet? 3 minutes into the game and he's only at 500 gold and he used a bottle rush? Like, is that even possible? It's not, thankfully. Shadow Fiend decided to go for the boots before the bottle. If he's going a bottle at all. It could be also a bottle-less Shadow Fiend. That's kind of rare, but it happens. Puck on the top lane, just getting the upper hand. 18 for 5 to 10 for 2. That's due to the fact that Lundrid's very scared. You see that he doesn't dare to go any further than basically that line because he knows that any kind of gank can happen. So he uses the bear to try to pull the creeps like this. But R is just here and doing a very good job at not letting the bear take the aggro from anything but Bear is just gonna scout there. Misa in the middle lane, 17 for 9 for 15 for 1 for the Magnus. And Weaver just decided to go away because, well, she's not getting anything. Level 2 only. Lundrid, level 4. So, in the end, Lundrid's still getting a bit more than this Weaver. So, Shadow Fiend. Not going for bottle, it looks like. Still has like 700 gold, but not using it. Level 5. Level 5 Magnus as well, so level-wise they're still pretty much even. Weaver is kind of forced right now to just jungle with the help of Chen's creep. So it's kind of sad to see Weaver going down to that. Weaver is not that good of an offlaner. He is getting played a bit more right now in the middle lane, or especially on the safe lane, on the tri lane. Because as you can see, Weaver, if there's one Sentry Ward, she isn't able to do anything. It's like that like the Bounty Hunter, where you can spend your day invisible with the Shadow Walk and just stand around like in those little tree nukes. You can't really do that, and it's way too risky to just go and try to pull the creeps. So Weaver right now, level 3. He's level 2 Sakuchi, but he's far behind. And Weaver is a hero that really likes this early level to be able to dish out the damage with Sakuchi, as well as, you know, what I was saying, early Medallion Courage really can help a lot. And Misa finally picks up the bottle, so that's a very late bottle. I'm not really sure why he waited that long. Looks like we have also the magic one finished up. Bottom lane, we have the anti-mage farming up. 35 creep kills. So it's not like perfect creep kills. That's not a CTY anti-mage. But it's definitely looking pretty okay, and they are gonna get the first blood onto this Lone Druid on the top lane. Puck used the Dream Call for that, and he's already level 6, he has the Phase Boot, so Puck is going to be very, very annoying. He's going to be very scary right now, because although I was talking about the Weaver not getting the levels, with the Puck level 6 and the Phase Boots, that's a Puck that is very, very powerful. That's a lot of damage, movement speed, and the Dream Call just set up the kills perfectly for the others. You get minute stun first, and then you can't run away. If you run away, you get stunned, and that's gonna punish you. If you stand there and try to fight, well, Puck is level 6, so good luck trying to do anything against him. And Puck didn't even go for one level in phase shift. That's how confident he felt. He said like, okay, no problem, there's not gonna be any exchange, I'm gonna lose, so I'm just gonna go straight damage, straight nukes, and hell with it. Shadow Demon once again going for the damage build, Shadow Poison. I know that KS from the old Flash team, he really disliked the Soul Catcher getting maxed because he says that on a trial lane, at least, it's way too unreliable. Due to having so many creeps and heroes around, he prefers when you have the damage from the Shadow Poison, because even if you miss it, you can throw one again in a very short time. Whereas the Soul Catcher is pretty much hit or miss, and Misa in the mid lane picks up the Magnus alone.
The Radiant lost the top tower.
Did she have any rune that she used for that?
Mid tower could use a hand.
Top lane, we see Lone Druid getting helped by the two supports. Spirit Bear is there. Bottom lane, Weaver is coming back now that the other supports have just let the Anti-Mage alone. But Anti-Mage right now has a Poor Man's Shield, has a Ring of Health, and is on his way to a Battle Fury, and he's not gonna be scared by the punny little Weaver who's level 3. In fact, Weaver has to be careful because if Anti-Mage try him... Oh! Anti-Mage going for the Burning build, so it's a 1-1-1 and 2 stats. So, it's still gonna be okay for the Weaver. He's not maxing up the mana burn, that means Anti-Mage won't be having so much trouble. Weaver won't have so much trouble if he gets like attacked once or twice by the Anti-Mage. Remember that at level 4, that's 64 mana burn per hit. That's one use of Sakuchi each time. Though it's only level 1, so that's only 28, so that's a half a Sakuchi. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that they have the Shadow Demon against the Anti-Mage. So Anti-Mage, if he levels up the mana break, it's gonna hurt him more than anything else because he's gonna have the illusions just using the mana drain on him. So Rubik is gonna find this haste room. It's gonna haste around, try to maybe catch someone. Puck is still around though. They may be looking for Boss. Boss has to be careful if he misuses that. Oh, he misuses that Sakuchi, and he is dead. Not even needing the ultimate from Anti-Mage, he just Sakuchi straight into a Sentry Ward. And in the mid lane, in the meantime, Puck gets a kill on Keeper of the Light, and now they may be looking for the Magnus. Magnus is gonna hide in this little nuke. He has the Skewer if he wants it. Here comes the Centaur, trying to take the aggro from the tower. We have R also waiting in the wings. And on the bottom lane, Weaver's back. 1-on-1 Anti-Mage shouldn't be able to pick her off. And this, all eyes are turned towards the mid lane now. NA has to be careful. Shadow Demon's not yet level 6, so there's no Purge, but there's the Disruption to start off with. And if Puck follows up with a Waning Rift, that's gonna be a Magnus that's not able to just screw away. Puck, Secret really loving that Urn of Shadow. He just built it with the Sentry Ward, making sure that no vision comes from this high ground. I was saying, when he was playing the Wisp, he picked up that Urn of Shadow, and with the Puck, he picked it up again, so that's not going to be a fast Blink Dagger rush. Instead, he's going to go for the gank build and everything. He wants to get the Urn of Shadow charges from the kill he gets, and with the smoke gank, they are going to look towards this top lane. It's the Lone Druid though. Lone Druid level 7, 1.2k health. It's going to be hard. They are just rotating around. They want to kill the Magnus. Or are they? Can Misa really bait out that Magnus skewer away? We see the Observer Ward getting planked down, so they see the Magnus. Now they are gonna go on him. Or are they? Oh, Puck just revealed himself. And that's gonna be NA's call to just get away. He's gonna skewer away, but he's gonna get stunned. And now Puck is coming in. He uses the RP on nothing. What? What? NL, what was that for? Well, that's 2 minutes without another RP. Keeper of Light is playing a bit dangerously with his life, and he's gonna get brought down. Shadow Poison, one more stack, and it's gonna be his death. We see a Rubik coming in, but there's no support whatsoever, so Chen is just gonna turn around with Satyr saying, okay, so what, you want a piece of me? Satyr is just gonna fall though. It's like, you know, collateral damage, no problem. Chen is just gonna pick one more in the jungle. And actually, Chen maxing up the Test of Faith before the Holy Persuasion, that's kind of weird. Holy Persuasion at level 3, you can get 2 creeps. Whereas Test of Faith, you just get the, you know, increased damage. So, Chen, the most important levels are level 5 and level 7. And level 6 as well, because you get the ultimate. But that's very strange, because he just denied himself a lot of strength from the level 5 Chen. They want to catch the Anti-Mage? Do they? Anti-Mage look like he's just backing off. He knows something's wrong. He's not gonna risk it. I'm not really sure what he's doing right now. It's not the timing for a pull. It's not the timing for... Well... Everyone from the Dire side is on the bottom lane. They're just farming and farming and farming the Radiant jungle, making sure that those stacks don't go the way of Anti-Mage. Because now Anti-Mage has the Battle Fury, but no more stacks are around. They are gonna try to take down this bottom tower. Weaver is at last level 6, so he has a time lapse. He has power trades as well, so it's okay. Oh, Shadowfiend has to be careful. Everyone's here for the Radiant, or should I say only 3 of them. But it looks like he's gonna be fine. They don't want to go on him. And in the meantime, Lundgren's trying to farm up. He's trying to make the best of what's left. This top lane didn't go his way, and Weaver's just gonna come in. And it's gonna be the battle of the poor offlane support, the offlaners. The poor offlaners, both with very low health. Puck is going for this Dagon build, so that's Southeast Asia for you. The Dagon Puck is one of the signature hero for Southeast Asian teams. They just love that. SF goes for the Shadow Blade now, so he's gonna have a bit more mobility, as well as a gank ability with this Invis. But normally the Radiant team should have like Dust and Sentries around, because there's a Weaver as well. So if they want to catch the Weaver, they will have those Dust and Sentries, so that means it will also work for the Shadow Fiend. Although no one here right now has any detection whatsoever, so they're not going to be able to kill anyone that has invisibility, of course. So Shadow Demon, still a prey to prey upon. Puck, it's almost up to his, yeah, he's gonna wait until he gets it. So Shadow Demon, almost level 6, he really wants it. Oh, Shadow Fiend goes invisible, and now he's just gonna pick up Rubik. Two clicks and goodbye. Oh, that Rubik. And now he wants to try to get the Keeper of Light. Keeper of Light is just gonna TP away. And he's gonna be fine. Shadow Fiend right now dealing 170 damage per pop. Not to mention the extra damage coming, 150 bonus damage. So that's basically a crit when he goes out of invisibility. They may want to get him. They have the Skewer. Do they have the Dust? They have Sentries, but on the Courier, actually at base, so... Shadow Fiend, you're gonna use the ultimate and just gonna get Skewered in. Anti-Mage almost dying to that. Whoo! Anti-Mage taking double ultimate in the face. One because of the cast, and second because of the death of Anti-Mage, of the Shadow Fiend. And now we see Puck trying to get the kills. He's gonna use the Orb, not gonna find anyone. He's gonna get found by Rubik though, and he's gonna get pushed away. Top lane though, it's gonna be Lundgren in a lot of trouble. He's trying to run away, but that's no way he can survive that. TP coming in from Magnus, he has the ultimate. And Puck managed to find the... Oh! The two supports! Oop, oop, oop. And he goes down to the tower. Oh, he didn't use the urn here. I think he thought he would survive with 100 health. And he had the phase shift. He could have leveled the phase shift. He's gonna have to be burying himself for that. The Dagon providing enough damage for him to pick off these supports. And Gameware, it looks again like a game where they are not having the best game ever. It's 3 for 9, especially if you take a look at the towers right now. All the tier 1 towers down for them. No towers down for the Dire side. But this time they have Anti-Mage as an answer. They have the Lundgren as an answer. They have to get the farm. They have really, they ought to get the farm if they want to have a chance in that fight in those later stages. It's only 15 minutes in. The game is not over. Shadow Demon, he has the Arcane Boots, he has the max Shadow Poison, and that really hurts as well. It's a level, it's like 65, and then it's 130, 260, and it goes up to... Puck just snatched that out of the shadow, under the Shadow Demon's nose. And this is a shed, like... Do we have sentries? We have Dust. We have Dust, we have sentries, and then we have Blink and Magnus, so... Shadow Fiend has to be careful this time. They don't know that there's a Blink yet on the Magnus. They don't want to reveal it. There's a smoke. And Magnus is gonna blink, use the RP directly. Shadow Fiend is gonna get screwed away, in fact, away from the Anti-Mage. And Shadow Fiend has the time to use the ultimate. It just brings down everyone, and everyone falls. No one dies for 1st Vietnam. This fight was absolutely horrible for Gameware. A lack of communication. They just got the Shadow Fiend on with the ultimate, but then we had the Anti-Mage blinking in, whereas we had the Magnus scoring out. So whoa, that was not good. That was absolutely not good. And they get a free tower for that as well. 3 for 13, and the gap is just widening ever so. You see, now it's up to almost 7k. GoGraph also now up to 7k, and they're gonna go Roshan. They're just gonna go Roshan, no problem here. Misa's gonna tank Roshan because he's such a man. And Shadow Fiend is gonna look for his Manta style now. He has the little Yasha flying up to here. Chen almost also has the mechanism. In the meantime, Weaver still farming. What is on the courier for him? So Yasha is also on the Weaver, and mechanism is actually bought on the Chen. So they have all they need to really make the plays happen. They need to be drilling that advantage to the ground. They really need to just, you know, keep on pushing. And anti-mage, you see, while they do that, he has nothing to offer. He can't counter push well. He can't farm right now. He knows that the entire jungle right now is going the way of the dark side. They have the control of the jungle. They have ward, counter ward, there, and the only camp he can really safely farm is here. So that's not gonna be enough. Keeper of the Light. We see Lone Druid still trying to farm, and he's really trying to get this Radiance. I'm not sure it's a good choice. I feel like he really ought to go for the very cost-efficient items right now, and it's gonna be Anti-Mage going down. Anti-Mage not gonna be able to do much. He just used the Blink offensively to get the creeps, and in the meantime, Weaver is, well, he's fine. There's nothing happening there. RP gonna go on the Weaver. Weaver has to be careful, and again, this time, he's gonna be able to just time-lapse and Tsukushi away. Here comes the Blink Puck. Puck is wanting to kill everyone, and they are able to, in fact, everyone falling down. Misa is the only one getting a bit in trouble due to the entangling roots of the bear, but now they're on the chase. Weaver is still going on Lone Druid. In the meantime, Misa is just 3-clicking this poor Keeper of the Light, and with the Shadow Poison, no way you can juke out of that one. They want a bear as well. The bear! Save the bear! The bear gets away. 1st.VN, they take the fight, but they don't take the life of the bear. In secret, he's tanking the towers like a pro. Face tank the tower, that's new meta. On the Puck. He needs a hard Tarask or something. And he doesn't really mind right now. He has Urn of Shadow 7 charges. We still have the Chen making him TP back to the base, but I'm under the impression that they could have just taken down this tower. Or maybe not, because Gameware are such low HP right now, such low level heroes right now that, well, they respawn pretty much immediately. That's a good part of being low levels. Puck is just gonna phase shift that a bit late. Oh crap! Laser ponies coming in. What do I do? Phase shift. Oh, too late. And Anti-Mage is trying to make the big plays for his team. He's farming the jungle, but look at that. Since he got the Battle Fury, the only item he picked up was the Power Treads, and now we see Puck going down on him. Puck is just so annoying, and just look at that. Puck is just soloing the Anti-Mage at that point. Anti-Mage is trying to TP away, but there goes the little Dagon plus the Illusioner Orb. I'm not really sure he should have tried to TP away. I think that, you know, he has less cooldown for his Blink and all, so he should have just tried to get away. Well, actually, the Blink is only level 2, so I'm not even sure.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
So tower's gonna go down in the mid lane. In Gameware, it looks like they just can't do anything. 1st.VN, they showed just dominance in those two games. Dominance in the laning stage, dominance then for the ganking squad. In Gameware, they just don't know what to do. They are the one on the suffering end of the stick. Shadow Fiend also get the Manta Style now. And the Aegis is still up for 2 minutes. We see Shadow Demon gonna disrupt this Magnus. Magnus forces Skura away already. And the tower's gonna fall down. R is taking some damage hits, some tower hits, but it's gonna be healed by the mechanism, so no problem here. In the meantime, Weaver's farming the bottom lane. He's going for a Mental Style. And he's just gonna try his best to get away. No problem there. Oh, big wraparound Blink Dagger on the Shadow Demon. They want a Lone Druid. Lone Druid, he doesn't have a Blink or anything. He's gonna be the one in trouble, and he's gonna go down. In the meantime, the Puck is also getting the kills with the help of Shadow Demon and getting the entire team killed except for this poor Anti-Mage who can't do anything except for just, like, you know, blinking away and trying his best to farm. This is looking to be a very fast GG again. Cyber, the 1st.VN, also known as Cyberpink, must be their sponsor. Just, yeah, that's it. That's the team that got to the Asia to compete against the best Asian team. and they show that they still have what it takes to take down any other Vietnamese team. And that's not gonna be any upstart from Gosucup 5, that's gonna be taking their spotlight. And they are gonna be invited to GST Season 1, February. 8 GST main tournament, guys, remember that. We have the GMPGLs, 8 GMPGLs, which are the qualifiers for GST tournaments, with prize on their own. We have, I think we had $600 prize pool for GMPGL. It was not Indonesia. It was Philippine. Yeah, Philippine. We also had 500 for Singapore. I'm not really sure what we have for Vietnam.
You know the drill.
But 8 GMPGLs, and then depending on the number of players for each GMPGL, we'll have 1 or 2 teams invited from each tournament. So it should be a total around of 12 teams maybe.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Ticket should also be coming up soon. So Shadow Fiend now going for a Reaver. Looks like a hard Terras. They don't want to go straight into the, the all damage build. They are still being careful. Puck, Dagon level 3. No fuck given. 0 fuck given. Shadow Demon Blink Dagger. And Weaver. Well, Weaver, she is kind of like the poor kid that's looking afar from the bench. Whereas when his team is playing, he's the one trying to get his farm, and at last he will have this Manta style. Never mind, it's the Lincoln Sphere. So he has a Lincoln Sphere and a Yasha. So it's actually less poor than I thought he had, because I thought he just merely completed the Manta style, but it's not the case. So he has as well as Lincoln as well as the Yasha. And Misa, right now 1st Vietnam is just controlling the jungle, making sure that they get the farm. And Anti-Mage is pretty much forced to... Oh, he's gonna side buff the Courier. Yo, 175 gold. That's gonna be a little boost to his allies, but he's gonna go for the Vladimir offering. He knows he has to fight with them. But even with the Vlads, it's not enough survivability. It gives 5 armor to everyone, which is good against the Shadow Fiend's presence of the Dark Lord. But it's not gonna be giving Anti-Mage any HP, and you just saw how quickly Anti-Mage would die. So pressure from everywhere. Secret is just fishing for support. He wants a kill. He has a taste of blood. When the little fairy dragons taste blood, they want more. Secret will not stop for no man. He will go in a short time. They are looking for the engagement. Right now, it's just Chen creeps tanking down the tower and just dying there. Weaver's little insects are just gonna go in. Weaver's gonna get entangled under the tower. That's actually very bad for Weaver, but he has the time lapse if he needs it. He's gonna use it. Disruption is even gonna get used to save this Weaver. And in the meantime, is anything else happening? Nope, they didn't go in the mid lane. The glyph is popped, so there's no more glyph. And we see Blink Skewer in. They get Misa. Misa gets stunned. But here comes Puck immediately afterward with the big ultimate. Cyberpunk Misa is trying to use his ultimate. Will die before that. But in the meantime, the bear going down, everyone going down. We already have Rubik dying. We already have Magnus dying. And the other guys are just running away with low health. TP from Keeper of Light to this middle. That was a bit... I think that was a bit too much. Kinda not necessary for TPing from here to there. The blast, just saving that tower time and time again. And they did manage to save this tower in the end. So they delay the push, they kill off Misa, but they also lose 2 in the process. Anti-Mage, he got the Vladimir offering. And I think he needs item right now. He really needs the items. He needs HP. Maybe a BKB even, I'm not really sure, because the Puck is just being so annoying right now. You see that whenever they go onto the Shadow Fiend or anyone else and they use the RP, everyone groups to hit on the enemy guy that is hit by the RP. Puck blinks in, use the ultimate immediately, and that's pretty much it afterwards for the fight. They all get silenced, they all get stunned, and from there on it's shitstorm all the way. So Chen is still jungling, trying to make an army of followers. Puck is level 4, Dagon level 4, I mean Blink Dagger as well since a very long time. And Shadow Demon picked up a gem, so they will be able to just counter ward everywhere now. Dark Side Courier finally respawn. Is he gonna die to the anti-mage again? Anti-mage might be looking to just take down this tower. There's no oh,
15 in a row.
Puck killing up that poor Rubik and blinking away. He's stuck there though. Doesn't really mind. He's safe. He's cozy. There's no vision over him. Oh, there is. There's an observer ward there. And I guess they're just looking for the next Roshan. They want to play it safe. Misa is around. Almost had the harder for us as well. Only need a little 100 more gold. Double damage is also here. It just looks like they're asking for... The game is asking for first attempt to do Roshan. Everyone's close to Roshan. They have a double damage rune. Just go for Hellsec. Just take Roshan. The boss in the meantime is just split pushing. And he is up to 2.3k gold now. So Roshan you see falling fairly quickly. And it's gonna be a heart completed as well as the Aegis. So Shadow Fiend is not gonna die anytime soon. Has 2.6k health. That's a very, very fat Shadow Fiend. Even if you want to bring him down, he's... I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how they are able to kill him. I don't see the damage coming from anyone. Lone Druid. What does the bear have? Where's the bear in fact? Is the bear dead again? No, the bear is here. The Radiance is completed. So they got the Radiance, but Misa just doesn't care about Radiance. Misa doesn't care about anything, in fact. Ooh, ultimate's gonna be used on no one. And the Chen's ultimate also falls. Keeper of Light falls to the poison damage as well as the Demonic Purge, and they're now going onto the Melorex. The Keeper of Light bites back, and Anti-Mage is jumping onto this Weaver, but Weaver is just gonna Sukuchi away and come back and be very noisy. We have Puck coming in. Puck, who is just gonna be able to phase shift, and where is he? Where is he? Where did Puck go? Where? Shadow Fiend's gonna get entangled here, hitting Lone Druid one-on-one. He doesn't mind. He has the Aegis. In the meantime, Shadow Demon is getting pursued by the Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage is gonna get pursued by his own illusions as well. Misa is going to be the target here. She's getting entangled and she is going down, but here comes Secret with the big damage, and with the death of the Shadow Fiend, that's just a time bomb waiting to happen. Secret might be going down in the end. Secret is just gonna phase shift to avoid that. And the blast, the Cuddle Blast, not gonna land. But everyone dies to Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon blink away. And is gonna TP out safely.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Boss is trying to take down this top tower with the illusions. Misa, in fact, is still here around. He bought back and he came back. No worries. He has Heart of Tarask. He can tank the tower.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
The glyph is gonna be used again, so no more glyph again. You see the little weavers scouting around. Swarm, Rubik throwing those orbs, trying to harass a bit, but doesn't look to be very effective. In fact, Misa is just happily pounding away on the racks. And if those two racks go down, it's gonna be mega creeps. But everyone on the Radiant side, the lineup is back up online. We see they are gonna go onto Misa. RP onto only one? The Chen wasn't caught up here, and that's pretty much surprising, but they get the mega creeps. And Weaver, although she's no more dusted, she uses the Mental Shadow Fiend just killed the Keeper of Light with the Bear ultimate, and they are just chasing after Anti-Mage who's getting purged. And this is GG, 2-for-0, 4-fisted man, just showing that they don't fear the upstarts, they don't fear the Dark Horses, and they are going to get the first place in this GMPGL Vietnam. So congrats, and GK is going to distribute the prizes. The prize money may not look like much, but in the end, with the entire GST season, that's up to $50k if I am remembering well. Pew pew, no, you're not gonna take any money from them. Well, everyone knows you're the caster, not the manager. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the cast. This was Dota Talk Myzzrym. If you like, please feel free to follow on Twitter, on Facebook, and also check out the wonderful website Dota Talk for your latest news in the Asia Dota scene. See you guys!